Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside to Eastern Arizona College KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you as we have women's basketball for you tonight. Eastern Arizona College hosting Central Arizona. Central Arizona comes into this one 15-13 overall, 10-9 in the ACC. Jeff Golden starting lineup tonight for the Central Arizona Vaqueras. A 5'8" freshman from Martinsville, Indiana, number 1, Patience Walker. A 5'6" sophomore from Phoenix, Arizona, number 2, Sinya Rabuin. A 5'7" sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga, California, number 4, Mia Ross. A 5'9" freshman from Lithuania, number 10, Mile Sabline Skyte. And a 6'1" freshman from Sun City, Arizona, number 22, Kaimani Bledsoe. And now the starting lineup for Angelica DePaulo's 25-1 Eastern Arizona College women. The 14th ranked team in the country, a 5'11" sophomore from Eugene, Oregon, number 1, Tiara Bolden. A 5'3" sophomore from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 2, Addie Malone. A 5'11" sophomore from Anchorage, Alaska, number 5, Sky Miller. A 5'10" sophomore from Goodyear, Arizona, number 23, Cassidy Dixon. And a 6'1" sophomore from Carlsbad, New Mexico, number 25, Shalance Montoya. Eastern Arizona, easy for me to say, is in their home white uniforms with purple. Central Arizona is in their road black uniforms with white and green. And Angelica DePaulo getting a few last-second instructions into her squad before we tip this one off. This was a 10-point Eastern win in Coolidge earlier this year, when Eastern was in the middle of their 20-plus game winning streak. It will be Bledsoe to jump center with Montoya as we get things going underway here at Eastern Arizona College. Only 3 games left, including this one in the regular season. The Monsters have, I believe, wrapped up the number 1 seed in the Region 1 tournament they will host when we get to the postseason. The toss and the tap won by Central Arizona College. Into the front court to Rabuin. Out on top now to Walker. Walker leaves it on top to Rabuin. Now left side now to Bledsoe. Hands it back out on top. No, goes left against Montoya. Loses the ball and out of bounds. Turnover back to Eastern Arizona. Nice defense there by Shalance Montoya to hold her ground. And Bledsoe couldn't hang on to the ball. It'll be Eastern basketball. Addie Malone into the front court, left to right. Man-to-man defense for Central. On top to Montoya. Montoya right side. Now to Dixon. Dixon holds on top to Malone. Down low to Montoya. She'll catch. Gets it out to Sky Miller. Left side. Fakes the 3. Drives the left baseline. Leaves it to Montoya. She'll pump fake. Out to Miller. She'll fire a 3 this time. Front iron no good. And out of bounds off of Central. It will be Eastern basketball. Mia Ross the last to touch it for the Vaqueras. It will be Eastern ball baseline right. Sky Miller will inbound. Looking for Dixon on the cut. Instead, on top to Montoya. 14-foot jumper is good for Shalance Montoya. Catches at the foul line and just puts it up and in. 2-0 Monsters on top. Into the front court. Walker with it. Top of the key. Over to Ross. Crossover dribble. Drives through the lane. Throws up a floater off glass. Won't go. Montoya with the rebound for Eastern. Off to Malone. Sprints it into the front court. Working out on front against Central. Left side to Dixon. Dixon finds Montoya, overthrows her, and it'll be a turnover back to Central. Ross with it into the front court. Right side, 3-ball on the way and good from the right side for Sinya Rabowen. 3-2 Central on top. Into the front court, Miller with it. On top to Dixon. Dixon goes right. Now left against Walker. Turnaround jumper in the lane. On the way is short. Rebound is batted around, and Ross comes out with it for Central. Sprints it into the front court against Bolden. Cut off there. Wraps it around in the lane to Bledsoe. Bledsoe back to Ross. Ross out near side to Sabline Skyte. Now back on top. Drives right. Off the glass, no good, and a foul called against Eastern. It will go on Shalance Montoya, her first team foul. Sinya Rabowen to the line for Central. First one in and out, no good. She'll get one more. Sinya Rabowen, sophomore from Phoenix, fires her second. That one is good. 4-2, Central on top. 7:48 to play in the first quarter here at Eastern Arizona College. Left to right, into the front court. Malone with it, around a high ball screen. Fires a three from downtown and buries it around the screen from Addie Malone to tie the game. Check that, Eastern takes the lead 5-4 on that three from Malone. Into the front court, Rabowen with it right side. Comes left around a high ball screen, gets into the lane, gets around Montoya, can't hit the shot. And Malone with a long pass up to Sky Miller. She catches off to Dixon left side. Dixon, 12-foot jumper is short, partially blocked, and pulled down by Bledsoe underneath. Off to Walker. She'll push it up the right side. Leaves it for Rabowen between the circles. Now she'll go right around a screen, picked up by Miller on the switch. Comes left around a screen, gets into the lane, tries to leave it for Bledsoe. She finally chases it down, tiptoes around the basket, can't hit the reverse, and rebounded by Montoya for the Monsters. Off to Malone. Into the front court, left side, top of the key now. Down to Montoya, right elbow, on top to Dixon. Dixon down low to Miller, catches on the baseline, can't hit the shot, but a foul will be called. Nice curl down low by Miller to pick up the foul on Sableen Skyte. Miller to the line to shoot two for Eastern. The first one is good. 6-4, Monsters by two, and Miller back to the line for her second. That one is up and good as well. 7-4 Eastern early on, 6.5 to play in the first quarter here from Eastern Arizona. Rabowen right side to Ross. Ross comes left on the dribble, works against Bolden out on top. Crosses her over, gets into the lane, loses the handle, and then kicks it back out on top to Walker. Walker curls right side, Bledsoe for a three. Can't find iron. Saved by Ross, but nobody there for Central. It'll go out of bounds back to the Monsters. Eastern Arizona coming in on a 4-game winning streak here against Central. On top, Dixon with the ball and a whistle. The foul will go on one. Patience Walker, her first team foul. Into the second team foul. Into Eastern Arizona College lineup will be the 6'4 freshman from Syracuse, Utah, Gracie Sorensen, replacing Shalance Montoya. Monster basketball into Sorensen. Down low to Sky Miller. Steps through. Nice move down low. Nice footwork by Sky Miller to get around the defense to make it a 9-4 Monster lead. Rabowen into the front court right side. Gets a screen from Bledsoe. Comes left around it. And a whistle and a foul called against Eastern. I think they're going to get Addie Miller with a foot. Yeah, it's going to be on Addie Malone. That'll be her first. Kind of got her foot in the way on that screen. Will be Central basketball, front court right, Rabowen inbound. Gets in on top, and then a whistle and a foul on the inbound away from the basketball. They're going to call that on Sky Miller on a push on the inbounds against Eastern. And Coach DePaulo having a conversation with that official, say, hey, just because she run into her doesn't mean it's a foul. Rabowen with the ball right side, fires a three from the corner and buries it for Central, her second of the ball game. Makes it a 9-7 Eastern lead, 5.5 to play first quarter. Malone spins around Rabowen, and a foul going to be called on Rabowen on a hand check, and that'll be her first. Third team foul. Into the Eastern lineup, 5'9 freshman from Santo Andre, Brazil, number 10, Vitoria Santana. And they're going to wait for Santana to get her jersey tucked in before we get to play. It's been a real stickler issue this year. Really make sure the players have jerseys tucked in. Dixon with the basketball, drives right, gets around Walker, but can't put it home. Rebounded by Walker for Central. Into the front court, goes coast to coast, lobs it down low in the lane as Sabline Skyte can't hang on to it. Off to Santana. Pushes it up against Ross into the front court. Far side to Dixon. Dixon into the corner to Miller. Miller down low to Santana. Fadeaway won't go. Rebounded by Walker. Tries to find Rabowen on the outlet, and it goes over her head and out of bounds into the scores table. Turnover to Eastern. Eastern basketball, backcourt right. Dixon to inbound. Into Santana. Top of the key, left side to Miller. Miller in the lane to Dixon. Lefty off the glass too hard. Ross clears the rebound for Centrals. 9-7 Eastern on top, 4:49 to play first quarter. Ross into the front court to Walker. Walker, step back three on the way. Front iron no good. Sorensen with a nice box out and rebound for Eastern. Into the hands of Santana. Now on top to Bolden. Bolden goes left, finds some room to the glass. In and out no good. Santana clears. Monsters have missed 3 layups in a row. And a steal by Walker. Here she comes on the run against Dixon to the glass. No good. Santana with the rebound, and she's called with a travel. And it'll be a turnover back to Central Arizona. Santana got the rebound, and she was bumped a couple times like a pinball. The officials talking over something. They reset the shot clock. Rabowen to inbound, gets it in on top to Ross. Ross goes right around Bolden, gets to the glass. Scoop shot won't go. Rebounded by Sorensen for the Monsters. Off to Santana. 4:10 to play. First quarter, 9-7. Monsters on top. Into the front court. Santana with the ball left side. Now to Dixon between the circles. Down low to Sorensen. Catches. Another layup in and out. No good. Rebounded by Ross for Central. Pushes it up against Santana into the front court. Hands it off to Walker. Walker crossover on Santana. Goes right. Cuts her off there. Out to Rabowen out on top. Rabowen with the basketball to Walker. Fires the three. Front iron no. Rebounded by Sorensen for Eastern. And a timeout called by the Monsters. 3:38 to play first quarter. Eastern 9, Central 7. We'll be back inside in 30 seconds.
I'm DeRay Teamster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the team take on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Gilbert Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil e estou fazendo contas gerais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Butchers. Go Monsters!
.335 to play in the first quarter. Monsters lead 9-7 after the timeout, and Dixon throws it away, trying to get it back to Santana. Alana Pewe will check into the Monsters lineup. Pewe from New Zealand. Into the front court, Walker with it for Central. Right side around a screen, comes left into the lane, nobody home, and she rolls the layup off, picked up right by Rabowen. Rabowen loses the handle, couple of players on the floor, the ball's loose, and it will be Central basketball. Checking into the Central lineup, 23, Jayla Scott, a 6'2 freshman from Casa Grande as well. Rabowen hits it into Scott out on top, right back to Rabowen. Crossover, goes left, finds some room in the lane, cut off by Santana, and then a reach-in called against Victoria. That'll be the 4th team foul against Eastern. The first on Santana. It'll be Central basketball, baseline left. Ross will inbound. against Payway. Into the left corner to Rabowen. Out on top to Scott. Right side to Sabling Skyte. She'll drive left into the lane, steps through, Euro step, and lays it up and in. 9-9. Monsters and Central all tied up. 2:50 to play in the first quarter. Santana with the ball, top of the key. With the right-handed dribble, out on top to Payway. Payway near side to Miller, down low to Dixon. Dixon goes to work, wraps it around to Payway. Now check that, Santana left corner for three. And she buries it from downtown in the corner. 12-9, Eastern on top. Rabowen into the front court to Ross for three. Front iron, no. And a rebound by Sorensen for Eastern. Into the hands of Santana. Walks it into the front court, left corner to Miller. Miller down low to Sorensen, goes to work against Scott. Lefty off the glass and good for Gracie Sorensen. Got the defender on the off shoulder and went left-handed to the glass. 14-9. Monsters on top. Rabowen into the front court for Central. Right side, crossover against Santana. Gets around her to the glass and lays it up and in. The hesitation was what did it for Central. 14-11, Eastern on top. 1:44 to play in the first quarter. Santana into the front court, left side. Out on top to Payway. Payway hands it off to Miller. Nope, goes right, loses the handle and out of bounds. Payway says they knocked it out of my hands. I didn't lose it, and I don't blame her. I think she got bumped. It'll be Central ball nonetheless. Rabowen will walk it into the front court for the Vaqueras. Right side. Against Santana. Crossover comes left into the lane. Kicks it on top. Sideways. A long jumper by Sabling Skyte won't go, and it goes out of bounds into the hands of Lucas Johnson on the far side. It'll be Eastern basketball. Santana into the front court. On top to Miller. She curls into the lane. Leaves it right side to Dixon. To Sorensen, down low to Miller, and she puts it up and in. Sky Miller, right place at the right time, makes it 16-11. Eastern on top, 1 minute to play first quarter. Rabowen with the basketball, goes left, now on top. Long jumper, no good by Patience Walker, rebounded by Sorensen down low for Eastern. Into the hand of Santana. She'll walk it up right-handed. Leaves it for Dixon, top of the key. Dixon curls, drives, kicks it in the corner to Miller. Miller drives left, has some room, gets to the glass, left-handed and one for Sky Miller. Nice job by Gracie Sorensen down low of occupying a defender. The foul will go on 10. Milena Sabling Skyte, that'll be her second. Miller at the line trying to make it a three-point play, and she does for Eastern. 19-11, Eastern on top with 26 seconds to play in the first quarter. There's a 1 second differential between game clock and shot clock, so Central can hold it for pretty much the final shot of the quarter. Rabowen with it out on the near side. Works against Santana. Gets a screen from Scott, goes right with it, gets into the lane, kicks it out right side to Sabling Skyte, runs into a fender, out to Rabowen, 3 on the shot clock, fires it from deep and buries it. At the end of the first quarter, her third of the first quarter makes the score. Eastern Arizona College 19 and Central Arizona 11. Check that, 14. We'll be back for the second quarter after this full timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can say goodbye to you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside here at KATO Gymnasium. Chip Griffin with the big headset on tonight, pushing all the right buttons. Some of the wrong ones too, but most of the right ones. Bruce Warner on the camera, Amanda Patterson on the stats. I'm the guy that just talks, Lee Patterson. Thanks for joining us tonight here on the Eastern Arizona College Athletic YouTube page. Eastern basketball to start the second quarter. Monsters lead by 5, 19-14 over Central. Sky Miller with the ball. Left side for Eastern. Miller, Santana, Sorensen, Dixon, and Payway on the floor for Eastern. Payway has it right side. Goes right on the dribble. Down low to Sorensen. Goes to work right-handed and lays it up and in. Monsters have a nice mismatch down low. Sorensen has 6 points tonight. All of them in the paint. Check that. 4 points tonight in the paint. Ross with the ball back the other way for Central. Spins on Payway. Running floater on the way is short. Sorensen secures another rebound for Eastern. Off to Payway. 21-14 Monsters. Into the front court to Santana left side. Now on top to Sorensen. Near side to Payway. Into the corner to Miller. Miller on top to Payway. Down low to Sorensen. Goes to work. Backs down to the defender. Lefty off the glass and good for Gracie Sorensen. I was just predicting the future. 6 points in the paint now for Sorensen. 23-14. Eastern on top. Rabowen into the front court, drives the lane, kicks it in the corner left side to Sablinskaite. She can't hit. Rebounded by Santana for the Monsters, and she'll slow it down to a walk into the front court. Left side to Miller. Miller going to drive left, has some room, off the glass and good. Timeout, Central. Big start to the second quarter for the Monsters. They take an 11-point lead, 25-14 over Central. We'll take a timeout as well. Back right after this.
I'm DeRay Teamster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the Team Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Good Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo rodas girais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Butchers. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium, campus of Eastern Arizona College. Thatcher, Arizona, where we had all 7 seasons in one day here in the Gila Valley. We had wind, we had snow, we had rain, we had sleet, we had ice, we had sun. Is that 6 or 7? It's Rabowen with the basketball and a whistle and a foul called against Eastern. Victoria Santana will pick up her second, first team foul. Abby Malone will check back into the Eastern lineup, replacing Santana, who will head to the bench with 2 fouls. 8:32 to play in the first half. Monsters with an 11-point lead. Rabowen to inbound. Baseline right for Central. Gets it into the right corner to Walker. Walker against Miller. Comes left. Now tries to spin back right. Cut off there. Ball's loose. Picked up by Payway for Eastern. She'll bring it into the front court left to right. Down low to Sorensen. Catches in the lane. Lefty is short. Rebounded by Kamani Bledsoe for Central. Off to Rabowen. Right side. Works against Malone, crosses her over, gets lefty to the glass and one as she's fouled by Addie Malone. That'll be the second on Malone, so now both of Eastern's point guards have 2 early fouls. Into the Eastern lineup, Tiara Bolden and Shalance Montoya in for the first time for Eastern. Number 14, Elva Chavez, the 6'1 freshman from Morelia, Michoacan, Mexico. Michoacan, Mexico. The and one is good by Rabowen. 25-17, Eastern on top. 8 minutes to play in the first half. Into the front court, Montoya with it, right angle, on top now to Chavez. Chavez down low, catching by Montoya. She'll spin right-handed, can't hit the shot. Rebounded by Bledsoe, and she's fouled by Montoya. That'll be her second. That's the third Monster with 2 fouls in the first half. 7:48 to play in the first half. 25-17, Eastern on top. Into the front court, right side. Rabowen with it. Picks up her dribble way outside. Now down to Bledsoe. Bledsoe back to Rabowen. Lefty off the glass, no good. Montoya with the rebound. Off to Payway. She'll turn and sprint it into the front court. Right side, and then a blocking foul called against Rabowen. It'll be her second. Let's see if Coach Golden goes to the bench. He does not. It'll be Chavez to inbound front court right for Eastern. On top to Montoya. Montoya goes right on the dribble, hands it off to Bolden. Bolden comes left, kicks it out on top to Dixon. Dixon thinks about a three, now goes right on the dribble, 15 to shoot. Right corner to Bolden. Bolden down low to Montoya, catches off the glass and good. 27-17, Monsters by 10 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. For Bowen into the front court, left side against Bolden. On top, now to Walker. Walker works against Dixon, goes right on the dribble, gets to the glass, or gets to the paint, kicks it back out on top to Ross. Ross goes right, the defense collapses, and Ross is fouled on the way up. The foul will be on 14 Chavez, her first. Fourth team foul. One more foul, and Central will be in the double bonus the rest of the first half. Mia Ross at the line for the Vaqueras. California native, 5'7" sophomore. First free throw back iron, no good. She'll get one more. Looking for her first point tonight. And she sinks the second one. 27-18. Rabowen has 15 of the team's 18 for Central. Bolden with the ball for Eastern, right corner. Dribbles out of it on top around a Chavez screen. Leaves it for Dixon. Dixon out on top to Bolden now between the circles. Bolden goes left, has some room. Lefty off the glass and one for Tiara Bolden. She'll go to the line to shoot one. The foul will go on number 12, Ashlyn Swinson, the 5'8" freshman from Chandler, her first. Tiara Bolden to the line, trying to make it a three-point play for the Monsters. Short, rebounded by Dixon. Dixon kicks it back out on top to Payway. Payway hands it off to Dixon. Dixon comes left, down low to Montoya. Knocked out of her hands by Bledsoe, and it will stay with Eastern with 11 on the shot clock. Eastern looking for their 26th win this season, 19th conference win. Just a one loss. Dixon to inbound, baseline right for Eastern. Gets it in on top to Chavez, right back to Dixon. Dixon down low to Montoya. Montoya pushes her way in and scores it with the right hand. 29-18, 31-18, Monsters on top. 6:12 to play in the first half. Ross into the front court to Rabowen, right side. Crossover around, Bolden gets through the screen. Right side now to Bledsoe. Bledsoe against Montoya. And we'll have a jump ball as Montoya ties her up. It will be Central basketball. Baseline right on the alternating possession. They'll stay with 16 on the shot clock. Rabowen will inbound, right side. Gets it in right corner to Walker. Walker drives left through the lane against Dixon. Scoops up his shot, no good. Rebound is loose. Walker picks it up, blocked by Montoya, and finally into the hands of Tiara Bolden. She'll sprint it into the front court for Eastern, right side. Tries to go coast to coast, finds some room, gets through, can't hit the reverse layup, and Ross pulls it down for Central. She'll sprint it into the front court, top of the key, gets to the glass, floater up, no good, and rebound foul called against Central. Down low, that'll go on number 12, Ashlyn Swinson. That'll be her second. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, number 15, Ebba Zalmans, the 6-foot freshman from Bro, Sweden. And into the Central lineup, number 10, Milena Sabling-Skyte. Eastern basketball left to right, 5.5 to play first half, 31-18, Eastern on top. Left side, Bolden with the basketball, drives the lane, kicks it to Zalmans, left side. Now across to Chavez. Chavez goes left, step back from 15 on the way, falls off, no good. Rebounded by Bledsoe for Central. Quickly into the front court, here comes Ross ahead of the pack, and she'll lay it up and in. Nobody got back on defense for Eastern. And Ross lays it up and in. 31-20, Eastern by 11, 5 minutes to play in the first half. Chavez into the front court. On top, The Dixon gets a screen from Zolomans. Goes left with it. Poked away and stolen by Central. There comes Sabling Skyte on the run. Off to Rebowen. Can't hit the shot. Zolomans pulls down the rebound. Off to Dixon. Dixon sprints into the front court all the way to the glass. Left-handed won't go. And rebounded by Tierra Bolden. And then we'll have a jump ball as her and Patience Walker tie up. It'll be alternating possession to Eastern Arizona College. Cassidy Dixon will inbound, baseline right for Eastern. 4:33 to play first half, an 11-point monster lead. Dixon gets it in on top to Chavez. Left angle, gets a screen from Zolomans, goes right around it into the lane. Floater on the way, and good for Elva Chavez. 33-20, Monsters by 13 with 4.5 to play in the first half. Ross into the front court against Payway, goes right side, stolen away by Payway. Nice defense there by Elena. And then she's fouled by Ross near midcourt on a reach in. That'll be her first. Into the lineup for Central will be number 23, Jayla Scott, replacing Kamani Bledsoe. It'll be Eastern basketball at midcourt. Chavez will inbound. Into Payway at the time stripe. Between the circles. Left side to Chavez. Chavez comes right on the dribble. Goes left. Leaves it back to Payway. Payway comes right around a Zolomans screen. Step back from 17 is short. Zolomans tries to corral it, but it's pulled down by Rebowen for Central. Off to Walker, quickly up to Rebowen, right side, step back, three on the way, short, rebounded by Walker, and she's fouled on the way up by Cassidy Dixon.
To the line, shooting 2, Walker.
The foul on Dixon will be her first.
Fouls on Dixon, that'll be her first.
To the line to shoot 2 will be Patience Walker. The first one is short. For her, she'll get one more for the Vaqueras. Now the second on the way, that one is good for Walker, and a timeout called by Jeff Golden. 3:46 to play in the first half. Eastern 33, Central 21. We'll be back after this full timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica De Paula. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Three minutes, 46 seconds left in the first half of this ACC women's matchup. 3 regular season games remaining, including this one. Eastern will be at home on Saturday at 7:30 against Chandler Gilbert, and home on next Tuesday, the 28th, at 8 p.m. for their regular season finale. And then they will host, they will be the number 1 seed in the Division I playoffs as well. It'll be Eastern basketball left to right, Payway with it into the front court. To Zolomans, left side, out on top to Chavez. Chavez down low in the lane to Bolden. Bolden will be called for 3 seconds in the lane. I think she also caught an elbow in the left eye as well, but I think she's going to be okay. Central basketball right to left, 3.5 to play in the first half. Rebowen into the front court for Central, right side. Works against Bolden, gets a screen from Scott, comes left with it. Nice hedge there by Zolomans. Back to Scott, right corner. Cut off by Zolomans, and a near steal by Chavez. He knocks it out of bounds with 14 on the shot clock. It'll be Central basketball. Rebowen will inbound. Baseline right for the Vaqueros. Gets it into Walker, right side. Catch, shoot, long three, too hard. Rebounded out of bounds off of Eastern. Zolman's the last to touch it. It will be Central basketball with 20 on the shot clock. Ross will inbound baseline left for Central. Slaps the basketball, puts the play in motion, gets it to Bowen left side. She'll go right against Bolden, now backs it up on top to Scott. Fires a long three and rebounded by Chavez in the lane. Into the front court. Payway with it, hands it off to Bolden. Bolden cross court to Dixon. Dixon near side to Payway. Payway wants the three. Bang! From the right side for Payway. 36-21, Monsters on top. Rabowen into the front court. Leaves it back to Walker. Walker works against Dixon. Now back on top to Rabowen, left side. Now around a screen, top of the key. Spins in the lane, Rabowen, and one. Feels like a bailout call by the officials, but it goes in, so it's an and one. The foul will go on number one, Tiara Bolden. That'll be her first. And Rabowen to the line, trying to make it a three-point play for Central Arizona. 36-23 Monsters with 2:19 to play in the first half. The free throw is up and good. 18 points for Rabowen, 18 of the 24 for Central. Payway into the front court, left to right. On top to Chavez. Chavez leaves it for Bolden between the circles. She goes left against Ross, leaves it for Dixon. Dixon gets a screen from Solomons, goes right with it, has some room, and a kicking violation called on Ross after the steal. That's the right call. The official waited to see if Eastern got the ball back, and as soon as Eastern didn't get the ball back, the kicking violation was called. 11 seconds. Now they're going to reset it to 20 seconds for Eastern. Baseline right. Dixon to inbound. Into the corner to Chavez, far side. Crossover, goes baseline, has room. Floater is too hard. Rebounded by Chavez. Her follow is good in the lane for Elva Chavez. Nice work for her on the baseline to get her own rebound and put it up and in. 38-24. Rabowen goes coast to coast, and she's fouled again. The foul will go on Bolden. That'll be her second. That's 4 Monsters with 2 fouls here in the first half now. Sky Miller back into the Eastern lineup, replacing Tiara Bolden, who will go to the bench with 2 fouls. And Rabowen back to the foul line. Just time to shoot 2. She fires her first. That is short for Central. 38-24 Monsters, 1:42 left in the first half of this one. Monsters trying to end the regular season on a 7-game winning streak if they can get the last 3 at home. They've won 4 coming into this one, 4 in a row, and if they can win their next 3, they'll end on a 7-game winning streak going into the playoffs. 96 seconds to play in the first half, 13-point Monster lead. Payway with it in the lane to Sky Miller. Nice catch, can't hit. Rebound is loose, and one on the second effort for Sky Miller. The foul will go on 23, Jayla Scott. That'll be her first. And Miller to the line to try to make it a 3-point play for Eastern. Puts it up and in. 14 points for Sky Miller in the first half. And Eastern now leads at 41-25 over Central with 1:25 to play in the first half. Rabowen with it, works against Payway, right side. Kicks it on top to Scott. She'll go right on the dribble to Rabowen. Rabowen drives right baseline, cut off by Payway. Chase it down out on top. Now stolen away by Payway. 1 minute to play. Payway up to Chavez. The ball didn't hop up like she wanted it to, but we'll have a jump ball. Nope, they're going to call a kicking against Elva Chavez. And it'll be alternating possession back to Central Arizona. 1 minute to play in the first half. 41-25, Monsters on top. Rabowen will walk it into the front court, right to left. Picked up by Payway, hands it off to Walker. Walker fires a long three. Too hard. Zolomans with the rebound for Eastern. Into the hands of Payway. She'll walk it left to right into the front court, under a minute to play. About a 16-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Chavez with it, left side to Dixon. Dixon drives in the lane, too hard. Rebounded by Chavez, and a jump ball as Jayla Scott ties her up, and Chavez lands on the top of Scott. I think takes the air out of her. Alternating possession will stay with Eastern. And now with the reset of the shot clock, should be Eastern. Central just got it on the last alternating possession. But they're going to give it back to Central. 28 seconds to play in the first half. Central will walk it into the front court. Rabowen with it. Works against Payway way out on top. Payway knocks it out of bounds all the way across the court with 15.4 to play in the first half. Sabling-Skyte will inbound, front court, into the back court to Rabowen. 14 seconds to play in the half. Out on top to Scott. Scott back to Rabowen, goes right against Payway, runs into her, loses the ball, picked up by Zolomans. 5 seconds. Zolomans gonna step into a three, and she traveled before the shot. Zolomans tried to let that one go at the buzzer, but before she could get the shot off, shuffled her feet into Rabowen. She hit a shot at the end of the first quarter and not at the end of the second. And at the end of the first half, 41-25, Eastern Arizona on top of Central. We'll be back for the halftime report coming up right after this. Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. At halftime, Eastern leads Central 41-25. Let's take a quick look at the numbers for Central. 1 point for Walker, 19 for Rabowen to lead Central, 3 for Ross, and 2 for Sabling-Skyte. For Eastern, Tiara Bolden with 2, 3 points for Addie Malone, 3 for Alana Payway, 14 for Sky Miller to lead the Monsters, 3 for Victoria Santana, 4 for Elva Chavez, 6 points for Shalance Montoya, and 6 points and 6 rebounds for Gracie Sorensen in the first half. We're now joined here at halftime by Eastern Arizona College men's basketball coach Cameron Turner. Coach, ended up being a double-digit win for you, 68-58, but led by 17. But it was one of those weird things. Central came with 5 players, and I think that lets you let your guard down a little bit, and not necessarily you, but in general, you look at 5 guys. But they played hard tonight, and you guys gutted out a nice win.
Yeah, we kind of knew going in that they have low numbers, but they're talented. So if you let them hang around, they could get you. They just, whatever their deal is, they're going through something over there. So that's why they have 5 players. So it is what it is. It was a 20th win for us.
Big win. Yeah.
It's great for the program. We haven't done that since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So 20 wins any year, I'll take it every time.
Well, and you were playing with only 9 guys tonight. You know, the injury bug and the illness bug has hit a little bit, and I think that was big for some of those guys to get some extended minutes tonight and contribute.
Yeah, it was big. You know, he didn't have Theo Sang. He let me know right before he's in bed with the flu right now, and I didn't know if I was going to have Rayshawn Seamster. He was a game-time decision. Same with Lee Rickwood Pitt. You know, everybody on our team's getting the flu after we left Yuma, pretty much. So
the human flu, huh?
Yeah. So, but it was good for those guys to, especially Rylan Van Komen as a sophomore, to come in, play big minutes. You know, we got J.J. White, you know, back on track, 5 for 10 from 3. That's big because we'll need him definitely down the stretch to hit shots from the outside. So it was a good effort for our part. You know, maybe it wasn't the prettiest, but a win is a win is a win. I'll win ugly every time.
At this point of the season, yeah, as long as you've got one more point than the other team, it still counts as a win. So, and 2 more left. You've got 2 more left at home. You got one Saturday, and you got one Tuesday to end the season.
Yeah, we played 2 good teams. We played Chandler Gilbert, well coached, run great stuff. They play hard. Sylvie does an excellent job there. You know, we let that last one slip away from us when we play them. So it'll be a great battle test for us so we can get them back like they got us at their house.
And then you end Tuesday at home against Pima College. And
yeah.
That'll be the end of the regular season on Tuesday.
Yep, we'll see what it is. Seems like we played Pima 2 seasons ago because we played them the very first conference game of the year. So it's been a while. So we're a totally different team. So are they. So we'll see what we're made of. But we know we're locked into the playoffs. We're just trying to get a home game. So we don't control our destiny right now, but hopefully get a little bit of help somewhere else in the conference.
Is the number 2 seed still open? I mean, can
technically it is.
Yeah.
So Western and I did not play today due to weather. So they only got a few days. They got to make it up. So most likely they're going to play back-to-back somewhere.
I did see that the makeup date was Monday. They will play Monday in Yavapai, and then they have a home game against Phoenix to end the season. Western does. So that is how they end. We talked about that at halftime of your game, and then you never know what happens in the playoffs. All right, get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a new season.
It's new season.
Don't really matter what your record was. You know, people get hot at the right time, make a run. So.
And then the winner of Region 1 will have to play the winner of Region 18.
Yes.
And that is Utah, and right now that's CSI, who's number 1 and undefeated, correct?
Correct.
And then the winner of that one gets the automatic bid into Hutch for the tournament. But you just never know. I mean, that's why you play the regular season, to get into those big games.
Yeah, you know, that's what college basketball is all about. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. And you guys, I think it really helps your cause ending with 3 at home. It's just our home court advantage is super important.
Yeah, we get the best crowd, fans. They get into it. You know, we have a very family atmosphere here at the KATO Gymnasium, so it's good for us to always play at home. So obviously next year we're gonna have a lot more non-conference home games. So because fans come out, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Coach, congratulations on a big win at home. 20 wins on the season. That's a huge number. And good luck on Saturday and again on Tuesday. And let's make a run in the playoffs.
Awesome. Thank you.
That is Eastern Arizona College men's head coach Cam Turner. Excuse me. We'll be back for more here from KATO right after this.
I'm DeRay Teamster,
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
and we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the team take on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Good Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Hey coach, you just saw the new Gila Hank. What do you think?
Oh, I loved it. It's fierce.
Hey guys, check it out, guys. I got the new Gila Hank here.
Really?
Check it out.
Oh wow, there's new Gila Hank.
So sick.
That's amazing. That's fire.
He looks like he's ready to fight.
It's modern, it's new, you can do lots of different things with it. I love it.
Good morning, Janae.
Why are you offering you here?
I stopped by because I wanted to show you the new Gila Hank.
Looks like Godzilla. I love it. It's a great day to be a monster.
Oh, look at that. He's ultra modern.
Hey guys, I want to show you the new Gila Hank here. What do you think?
Fierce and modern.
Looks good. That's nice.
You look ruthless.
Go Monsters.
Yeah, go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Go Monsters.
Go Monsters.
I'm DeRay Teamster,
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
and we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the team take on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Good Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Hey coach, you just saw the new Gila Hank. What do you think?
Oh, I loved it. It's fierce.
Hey guys, check it out, guys. I got the new Gila Hank here.
Really?
Check it out.
Oh wow, there's new Gila Hank.
So sick.
That's amazing. That's fire.
He looks like he's ready to fight.
It's modern, it's new, you can do lots of different things with it. I love it.
Good morning, Janae.
Why are you offering you here?
I stopped by because I wanted to show you the new Gila Hank.
Looks like Godzilla. I love it. It's a great day to be a monster.
Oh, look at that. He's ultra modern.
Hey guys, I want to show you the new Gila Hank here. What do you think?
Fierce and modern.
Looks good. That's nice.
England Roofers.
Go
Go
Monsters.
Monsters!
Yeah, go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Go Monsters.
Go Monsters.
Welcome back in here to KATO Gymnasium. Lee Patterson with you. Our thanks to Cameron Turner, the Eastern Arizona College men's coach, for joining us at halftime, as he does each and every week. 20 wins for the men's team this year, the first time since the 2019-2020 season. And before that, it was 2007 and 8. It'll be Eastern basketball to start the second half. Into Sky Miller. It's Miller, Cassidy Dixon, Shalance Montoya, Addie Malone, and Tiara Bolden. And the clock never started. So we will restart. We put it at 9:55, and Eastern will get the ball back. Front court left. Dixon to inbound, gets it on top to Malone. Malone hands it off to Miller between the circles, top of the key. Goes left on the drive to Malone. Cross court, Malone goes left. Into the corner to Dixon. Dixon on top to Miller, 10 to shoot. Down low, tries to get it to Montoya. Instead, it ricochets to Bolden, out to Malone. Long three, can't draw anything. Just before the shot clock goes off, it'll be a turnover back to Central. Central Arizona starts the second half with Rabowen, Sablinskaite, Ross, Bledsoe, and Walker. Bledsoe with the ball, right elbow, hands it off, nope, keeps it, goes right around Montoya, and she lays it up and in. 41-27 Eastern, 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Malone into the front court, left side, on top to Dixon. Dixon down low to Montoya. Montoya spins, can't hit the shot, pulled down by Rabowen. Sprints it into the front court, right side to Bledsoe. Bledsoe against Dixon, lays it up and in. Fast start for Central, 41-29 Eastern, with a 12-point lead. Into the front court, Malone with it, right side to Montoya, on top to Dixon. Dixon down low to a wide open Tiara Bolden, who leaves it short. She gets her own rebound back, though, to Malone. Malone has her pocket picked by Rabowen. On the drive to the glass. Can't hit. Rebound is loose. Picked up by Bolden, and a push in the back called against Mia Ross. That'll be her second. First team foul of the third quarter. It'll be Eastern basketball, backcourt right. Into Addie Malone. Into the front court, on top to Miller. Miller drives right against Walker. Crossover, spins left in the lane. Floater off glass too hard. And out of bounds off of Ross. It will stay with Eastern with 17 on the shot clock. They're going to put 20 back on the shot clock. Miller to inbound. Lobs it in on top to Bolden. Bolden near side to Dixon. Dixon with 11 to shoot, drives left, pump fake, fade away, off glass, no good. Ross with the rebound. Ross sprints it into the front court for Central, near side to Rabowen. She'll drive the lane, kicks it left side. Now back to Sablinskaite. She'll drive the left baseline, reverse layup is short, and Tiara Bolden with the rebound for Eastern. She sprints it into the front court, trying to go coast to coast, steps through, off glass too hard, and pulled down by Bledsoe. Nice effort. Now Bolden sprinting back the other way, trying to catch up to the pack and can't, as Rabowen puts it up and in. 41-31. Timeout, Eastern. 7:26 to play in the third quarter. Monsters lead by 10, 41-31 over Central. We'll be back inside in 30 seconds.
I'm DeRay Teamster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the King Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Gilchern Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo Minas Gerais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Butchers. Go Monsters!
7:26 to play in the third quarter. Monsters holding on to a 10-point lead. It's a 6-0 run for Central to start the third quarter. It'll be Eastern basketball, backcourt right. Cassidy Dixon to inbound. Into Addie Malone. Malone into the front court, gets a screen from Dixon, goes left, tries to find Montoya, stolen away by Ross. Ross on the run against Malone, can't hit. Sky Miller there for the rebound. She'll turn and sprint it up to Bolden. Bolden lobs it down low to Montoya, who puts it up and in. 43-31, Eastern back to a 12-point lead. Rabowen into the front court, left to right. Crossover goes left, Bolden stays with her. Into the corner to Ross, left side. Ross comes right, now left, pushes off, fade away is good. And Addie Malone says, hey, she can't do that. No whistle though. Malone will push it into the front court for Eastern with a 10-point lead. On top, goes right with the dribble. Lobs it on top to Miller. Miller, left elbow jumper is short, rebounded by Ross for Central. Sprints it into the front court to a wide open Kaimani Bledsoe, who lays it up and in. 43-35, Central has cut it back to a single-digit lead. Malone with the basketball. Into the front court, right side to Dixon. She'll go left around a screen, pulls up from 17 and rattles at home. Just a two-pointer, but a big shot for Dixon to get the Monsters on the board here in the third quarter. Rabowen into the front court, left side against Bolden. Near side, now to Walker. Walker on top, goes right on the dribble around Miller, lays it up and in. 45-37 Eastern. Into the front court, Malone with it, hands it off to Miller left side. Miller back to Malone, fakes the three, drives, pulls up from 15, in and out no good. Rebounded by Rabowen on the run. Against Miller, to the glass, stolen away by Sky Miller. Nice defense by Miller, off to Bolden. Into the front court, 2-on-2, right side to Dixon. Dixon near side to Malone, and Malone will hold it. Into the corner to Bolden. Tiara drives left side, and she travels with the basketball. Into the Eastern Arizona College lineup, Victoria Santana and Gracie Sorensen replacing Montoya and Malone. It'll be Central basketball, length of the floor, left to right. Rabowen with it. For the Vaqueros into the front court. Crossover on Bolden, goes left baseline. Bolden cuts her off. Near side to Sablinskaite for three. That's short. Rebounded by Santana for Eastern. Into the front court to Bolden, right side. Jab step, now on top to Santana, and she's fouled by Ross on a reach-in. That'll be the third on Ross, the second team foul of the third quarter. Eastern basketball, front court right. Dixon to inbound. In on top to Santana. Santana with the alternating dribble goes right around to Dixon screen. Back on top to Dixon, down low to Sorensen, catches in the paint, backs down the defender, lefty too hard off the glass. Sablin Skyday with the rebound. Out to Ross on the run against Miller, and again Miller pokes it out of bounds on the fast break. That's back-to-back defensive gems there by Sky Miller. Bledsoe will inbound baseline right for Central. Into the corner to Walker. Down low to Bledsoe, and a whistle and a foul. And they're going to call Sorensen a little bit too aggressive on the steal. It'll be Central basketball. Down low to Walker. Walker dribbles underneath the basket, out on top to Ross. Ross works against Santana, drives the lane, nearly stolen away into the hands of Rebowen. Rebowen, crossover dribble, drives the lane, blocking foul called on Cassidy Dixon. I thought she was there. That'll be the second on Dixon and the second team foul against Eastern.
Number 23, Dixon, that'll be her second, team second.
Dixon has to get up and stretch out her lower back after hitting the court. And now we're bowling out the line to shoot two for Central Arizona. The first one bounces around and out, no good. She's got 21 of the 37 points for Central. She'll get her second. That one is good. I think Dixon landed harder than we realized. She's got a little limp coming out of that lower back. Into the front court, Santana with it. Right side to Sorensen, way outside. On top to Dixon now. Dixon in the lane to Sorensen. Double teamed. Lefty off the glass too hard. Rebounded by Miller in the lane for the Monsters. On top to Santana. She's going to fire a three. Back iron, no. Rebounded by Walker for Central. She'll sprint into the front court against Miller. Off the glass and good for Walker. Into the front court, Santana with the basketball. On top to Dixon. Dixon kicks it to Miller, left side. She's going to step back from 12. That's short. Santana with the rebound underneath. Off the glass and good.
Victoria Santana, rebound.
3:09 to play, third quarter. Monsters by 7. Long jumper up and good for Mia Ross. She gets a three-pointer, and it's a 4-point Monster lead with 2:55 to play in the third. Dixon into the front court, hands it off to Miller. Miller goes right, crossover, goes left into the lane, off the glass, and good for Sky Miller. It's a really good battle between Patience Walker and Sky Miller right now. Into the front court, left side, Rebowen with it. Goes high around the screen, gets to the glass, lay it up and in for Senya Rebowen. 49-45 timeout, Eastern. 2:20 to play in the third. Monsters 49, Vaqueras 45. We'll be back after this full timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaula. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
.220 to play in the third quarter. 4-point lead for the Monsters, 49-44 over Central Arizona. The Monsters led 41-25 at halftime. And that is a 20-8 run in the third quarter for Central Arizona. It'll be Eastern basketball in the backcourt. Right to left, Santana with it. Left corner to Miller, works against Walker, down low to Sorensen, catches, double team, kicks it out to Santana, who will drive right side, floater off the glass, no. Miller with the rebound, and she's fouled on the way back up. Anytime the Monsters have needed somebody to come up big with a steal, with a bucket, with some defense, it's been Sky Miller this year for the Monsters. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Her first one is in and out, no good. And now Miller back to the line for her second. That one is short. Rebound is loose and pulled down by Jayla Scott for Central. Into the front court, left side to Patience Walker. She'll drive on Miller to the glass, no good. And then now a late foul called by Sky Miller. And now Sky Miller having a conversation with the official. That'll be the second on Miller. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 4, Alana Payway, replacing Tiara Bolden.
To the line shooting 2.
And to the line to shoot, Patience Walker for Central. As we mentioned the last couple of possessions, that those two have really been dialed in against each other. Second one by Walker is good as well. 49-47, Monsters by 2 with 1:52 to play in the third. Payway into the front court, right side, gets a screen from Dixon, gives it back to her. Down low to Sorensen, catches in the lane, high off the glass, too hard. Rebound is loose and pulled down by Sablin Skyte. Quickly up to Ross, back to Sablin Skyte, and one in the lane. The foul will go on 23. Cassidy Dixon, her third. And that ties the ball game at 49. Sablin Skyte to the line to try to give Central their first lead of the game. And she does. 1:35 to play in the third, 50-49, Central on top. Payway into the front court, left side to Sorensen. Now on top to Dixon, around to Santana, right side. Down low to Miller. Miller off the glass, no good. Gets it back and puts it off the glass and good for Sky Miller. She gives the Monsters the lead, 51-50. Walker into the front court against Miller. She'll go left, works against Miller, gets to the glass and lays it up and in. 52-51 Central. 1 minute to play in the third. Payway into the front court. Top of the key, left side to Dixon. Dixon goes right, drives to the glass, and one for Cassidy Dixon. She put on the afterburners when she turned the corner and got to the basket quickly. The foul will be on 23, Jayla Scott, her third, 4th team foul. That'll put Dixon at the line, trying to make it a 3-point play for the Monsters. Free throw is up and good for Cassidy Dixon. 54-52, Monsters back by 2 with 50 seconds to play in the third. Walker into the front court against Miller. Left side to Sablin Skyte. Off now to Roboen. She kicks it near side to Ross. Ross against Payway. Crosses over, goes left into the lane. Runs into a defender, loses the handle. Out to Walker on top with 8 to shoot. Walker against Miller out on top, gets a screen, goes left into the lane, and she's fouled on the way up. With 2 on the shot clock. The foul will go on Sky Miller. That'll be her third. That'll put Walker back to the line for Central to shoot 2. Fires her first and is good. 54-53 Eastern. Puts Walker back to the line for her second. That one is up and good as well. 25 seconds to play in the third, tied at 54, Eastern and Central Arizona. Payway into the front court, goes right around to Sorensen's screen, 17 seconds. Now to Miller in the lane, wraps it around to Sorensen, and knocked out of bounds Last touched by Sorensen. It will be Central basketball with 10.6 seconds to play in the third. Central, length of the floor. They'll roll it. Bowen will pick it up on the trot into the front court now. Gets a screen from Scott, goes right with it. Leaves it back to Ross. Fires a three. That's short. And it will be saved by Bowen, but she can't get a shot off before the buzzer. At the end of the third quarter, Eastern 54, Central 54. We'll be back for the fourth quarter after this full timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can say goodbye to you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
54-54, Eastern and Central, all tied up heading into the fourth quarter here at KATO Gymnasium. As Eastern Arizona College led 41-25 at halftime, but Central Arizona really dominated that third quarter, and the Monsters going to need to figure it out here in the fourth. It'll be Central basketball. Bowen with it into the front court, left to right. Comes right around a high ball screen. Kicks it back to Scott, left side. She'll fire a three. Back iron, no. Rebounded by Miller for the Monsters. Into the hands of Payway. Payway, right side to Santana. Santana gets a screen from Sorensen, goes left with it. Left side to Payway. Payway drives right all the way through the lane, steps through, scoop shot, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Nice move there by Payway. The foul will go on 10. Sabline Skyte, that'll be her third. Payway to the line. First free throw is off to the left, no good. She'll get one more. Fires, around and off, no good. Scott with the rebound for Central. Off to Bowen. Left side. Into the corner to Ross. Ross works against Payway. And a reach in and a foul called against Victoria Santana. That'll be her third. It'll be Central basketball, baseline left. Bowen will inbound. And a kick by Santana on the inbounds. That'll give it right back to Bowen to inbound, baseline left. Into the corner to Ross. Ross drives left baseline, cut off by Payway. On top to Scott, around to Walker. Walker back to Scott, left side to Ross. Ross comes right on the dribble, and she's fouled by Payway on a hand check. That'll be the first on Payway. 9:01 to play, tied at 54. Eastern and Central. Bowen to inbound, baseline left, into the corner to Ross. Catches, shoots the three, and it goes off the back of the backboard, out of bounds, back to Eastern Arizona College. Eastern basketball, Payway at the helm, into the front court. Left side to Miller. Miller against Walker, backdoor to Dixon, to the glass and good. Nice look from Miller to Dixon to give the Monsters a 2-point lead. Walker into the front court against Miller. She'll go left, hands it off to Ross. Ross comes right, hands it back to Rebowen. Left side to Walker. Walker comes right through the lane, running floater too hard. Sorensen with the rebound for Eastern. Into the hands of Santana for the Monsters. Into the right corner to Miller, lobs it to Sorensen to the glass, and she's fouled on the way up. Can't hit the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot two. The foul will go on 23, Jayla Scott, her fourth. Second team foul. Gracie Sorensen at the line to shoot two for Eastern. 6 points for her tonight. First free throw is good. Could have heard a pin drop in here before that free throw. Sorensen will get another. That one is up and good as well. 2 for 2 for Gracie Sorensen, 8 points for her tonight. 58-54, Monsters by 4. Rebowen, long three back the other way, won't go. Dixon with the rebound. She turns and sprints it into the front court. Left side to Miller, in the lane to Sorensen, and she puts it up and in. Nice look from Miller to find Sorensen in the middle of the lane. 60-54, Sorensen with 10. Into the front court, left side. Walker with the basketball, pulls up from 15, won't go. Rebounded by Miller for the Monsters. Into the hands of Payway. Left side to Dixon, into the corner to Miller. Miller back on top to Payway. 18 to shoot. Payway goes right, now reverses it in the lane. Right side to Dixon. Dixon in the lane to Miller, catches in the lane, blocked on the way up, gets it back, and she's fouled the second time by Patience Walker, I believe. It is on one, Patience Walker, her second. Into the Eastern lineup will be Shalance Montoya, replacing Gracie Sorensen. And into the Central lineup, number 22, Kamani Bledsoe, the 6'1 freshman. Miller at the line for the Monsters. First free throw is good. 20 points tonight for Sky to lead the Monsters. Second one is short. Rebound is loose and chased out of bounds off of Eastern Arizona College. It will be Central basketball. Into the backcourt to Rebowen. She'll bring it into the front court, left to right. Works against Santana. Comes right, now crosses over, now goes back right. Into the corner to Ross. Ross crosses over on Payway, who cuts her off, goes right again. In and out, no good on the jumper. Rebounded by Dixon on the far side. Back into the hands of Payway. Payway left side to Santana. Santana on top to Payway. Catch, shoot, three, off glass, no good. Rebounded by Sky Miller, and a rebounding foul underneath against Eastern. That'll go on 10, Victoria Santana. That'll be her fourth. She'll head to the bench. Tiara Bolden will check back in for the Monsters. Eastern leading 61-54 with 6:40 to play. Rebowen into the front court left side. For Central, around a high ball screen. Bolden stays with her, goes left, off the glass, won't go. Rebounded by Dixon. Dixon on the sprint into the front court against the whole team of Central, and one for Cassidy Dixon. The foul will go on for Mia Ross. That'll be her fourth. And Dixon to the line, trying to make it a three-point play. Dixon took the rebound and just put her head down and sprinted the length of the floor against all 5 Central defenders, and she put it up and in. Now Dixon at the line, trying to make it a three-point play. That is up and good for Dixon. Monsters on a 10-0 run here in the fourth quarter. They lead 64-54. Ross with the ball left side for Central. On the right-handed dribble, near side to Rebowen. Rebowen against Payway. Goes left, Payway stays with her. Nice defense by Payway out on top. Left side to Ross. Ross comes right around a screen by Bledsoe into the lane. Floater is good for Mia Ross. 64-56 Eastern. Into the front court. Payway with it. On top to Dixon. Dixon goes left, steps through, and one for Cassidy Dixon. Count the basket. The foul will be on 4, Ross. That'll be the 5th on Ross. That's the limit. Elva Chavez to the line to shoot. That's the 5th foul on Ross. She's fouled out. The officials, for the last 20 seconds, the table's been trying to tell the officials that was her 5th foul. And she will foul out of this game. Back in for Central will be number 12, Ashlyn Swinson. And now Dixon will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play for the Monsters. That is in and out, no good. Rebounded down low by Bolden. Bolden in the lane to Dixon. Fadeaway won't go. Pulled down by Bledsoe for Central. Off to Rabowen. She'll sprint it into the front court against Bolden. Hands it off to Walker. Walker comes right into the lane. Kicks it right side to Swinson. She'll drive. Running floater right side is good for Ashlyn Swinson. 66-58 Monsters. 5:22 to play. Payway into the front court. Right side. On top now to Bolden. Bolden left side to Dixon. Dixon steps back for a 3 this time. Good for Cassidy Dixon. Big shot for Dixon. She's been huge here in the 4th quarter for the Monsters. Down low, Rabowen tries to reverse it up and in. And a timeout called by Central as Rabowen puts it up and in to make it 69-60. 10 points in the 4th quarter for Cassidy Dixon to pace the Monsters. They lead at 69-60 over Central. We'll be back after this timeout.
I'm DeRay Teamster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the Team Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Gilchurch Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo Minas Gerais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Butchers. Go Monsters!
4 minutes, 54 seconds left in this ACC women's basketball matchup as Eastern leads at 69-60 over Central Arizona. Monsters looking for their 26th win of the season and 19th conference win. And to the front court, Payway with the basketball for the Monsters. On top to Chavez. Chavez down low to Montoya. In the lane, scoop it up and in for Shalance Montoya. Nice feed from Chavez. And then a steal by Bolden coming back the other way. Great defense by the Monsters. Into the hands of Payway. Payway, top of the key. Left side to Dixon. Dixon curls, spins, steps through. Can't hit the shot. Rebounded by Sablinskaite. She'll lead the break. Left side to Swinson. Off the glass, no good, but a foul going to be called late again. That's 3 or 4 times tonight that the whistle hasn't come until the rebound. The foul will be on Chavez. That'll be her 2nd. Monsters lead by 11, and Swinson will go to the line to shoot 2 for Central. Swinson's first is on the way and good. She'll go back to the line for her 2nd. That one is up and good as well. 2 for 2 at the line for Swinson. She's got 4 points. 71-62, Monsters by 9 with 4:15 to play. Payway into the front court. On top to Montoya. Montoya to Chavez. Chavez left corner to Dixon. Dixon goes right. Down low to Montoya. High off the glass, too hard. Rebound is loose and out of bounds off of Eastern. It'll be Central basketball with just a tick under 4 minutes to play. Central basketball. Rabowen with it into the front court, left to right. Works against Bolden, out on top. Comes right around a screen. Bolden stays with her. Good defense, and then a whistle and a foul called on Bolden. A little too aggressive as Rebowen tried to get around her. That'll be the third on Bolden. That'll be the fifth team foul. Both teams in the bonus, the remaining 3:45. Every foul will result in 2 free throws. Rebowen to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and good. 27 points tonight for Rebowen to pace Central. Second one is up and good as well. Timeout, Vaqueras. 3:45 to play in the game. 71-64, Eastern on top. We'll be back after this timeout.
I'm DeRay Inkster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the team take on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Goodyear Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo Minas Gerais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Goodyear. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. I'm Lee Patterson. Chip Griffin down there on the controls. Bruce Warner on the camera tonight. Amanda Patterson on the statistical book. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday night, wherever you are. Payway into the front court for Eastern, leading 71-64. Chavez with the ball, left side, down to Montoya, out to Dixon for 3. Bang from downtown for Cassidy Dixon. 13 points for her in the fourth quarter. 13 of her 18 coming in the fourth quarter. Monsters by 10. Rebowen into the front court. Right side, now to Walker. Walker drives, out on top to Rebowen for a long 3, and she hits it. Answers back. Gives her 31 points in the game. Payway into the front court, around a screen. Coast to coast, layup too hard. Rebounded by Walker, and a foul called against Eastern on the rebound. The foul will go on 14. Chavez, her third. That'll put Walker at the line at the other end to shoot 2. Into the Eastern lineup will be Sky Miller replacing Chavez. And Walker to the line for Central to shoot 2. Her first one is up and in. Walker back to the line for her second. That one is up and good as well. 2 for 2 at the line for her. She's got 14, 74-69. Monsters by 5. Dixon into the front court, on top now to Montoya. Montoya in the lane to Sky Miller, spins, puts it up and in. When she catches that close to the basket, almost unstoppable. Into the front court, Rebowen with it. Left side, works against Payway. Now around a screen, and an illegal screen or a block called on Payway. They're going to call a block on Payway. That'll be her second, and back to the line will be Central Arizona. It's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest down the stretch with both teams in the bonus. First one by Rebowen is up and good. The second one by Rebowen is up and in as well. 76-71, Monsters on top by 5, 2:32 to play. Payway into the front court, spins on Rebowen, top of the key to Dixon. Dixon down low to Montoya, goes right, has it stolen away by Walker, stolen back by Bolden. Ball's loose to Miller, stolen away by Rebowen. Central Arizona with the ball into the hands of Sablin Skyte. Now to Rebowen, back on top to Sablin Skyte. She's going to drive left-handed to the glass and good. Cuts the Monster lead to 3, 76-73 with 2 minutes to play. Payway into the front court to Dixon, on top to Montoya. Montoya has it poked away, gets it to Miller. Miller against Walker. double teamed. Back to Montoya. Montoya out on top to Dixon with 10 to shoot. Dixon goes right around a screen. Scoop shot is too hard. Montoya with the rebound underneath. She is hit, no whistle, no foul, and picked up by Central. Walker on the run. Right side to Swenson. Her jumper in and out, no good. Into the hands of Bolden. And I think Montoya is hurt behind the play. And a technical foul called on Montoya. Montoya was hurt behind the play. She wanted the officials to stop the play, and she gets hit with a technical foul. Sorensen into the Eastern lineup. And now Central Arizona will shoot technical free throws with Patience Walker. 1:22 to play, Monsters by 3. Walker at the line, her first one is good. Now the second one by Walker on the way. That one rattles home as well. 76-75, Monsters by 1 with 1:22 to play. It'll be Central basketball after the technical. Rabowen with the basketball for Central. Left to right, picked up by Payway. Goes left around a screen. Gets the steal, does Payway. Off to Miller. Miller on the run to Payway. On top to Dixon. Down low to Sorensen. Lefty and one for Gracie Sorensen. Big shot for Gracie in the lane. Count the basket. The foul will go on 22. Kaimani Bledsoe, her first. And that'll put Sorensen at the line to try to make it a three-point play for Eastern with 1:02 to play. The free throw is up, around and off, no good, but Dixon will clear the rebound for the Monsters. Off to Bolden, in the lane, lefty and good for Tiara Bolden. Monsters by 5, 55 seconds to play. Into the front court, Rabowen with it left side, around Sorensen, she can't hit, but Gracie's gonna be called with the foul. On the way up. That'll be the second on Sorensen. Sinya Rabowen to the line, the 5'6" sophomore. First free throw is up and good for Rabowen. 80-76. Monsters by 4, 48 seconds to play. Second one is good as well. There is a 17-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Payway into the front court. On top to Dixon. Dixon holds. Now to Bolden between the circles. Left side to Miller with 16 on the shot clock. Miller gets a screen from Sorensen. Now backs it back up. Goes left into the lane. Stolen away by Sabline Skyte. Here comes Central on the run to Rabowen. Left side to the glass and good. Timeout. Central Arizona College. 20.3 seconds to play. Monsters hanging on to a 1-point lead, 80-79. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I just think about it, you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Here's the scenario. 20.3 seconds to play. Monsters lead at 80-79 over Central Arizona. here at home. Monster tried to extend their home winning streak. They have not lost at home this year. So Eastern will burn a full timeout to move the ball into the front court. We'll stay here with it. So at the end of a game in college basketball, you take a timeout, you're able to advance it into the front court. So Eastern had to take a timeout. They'll get the ball front court left instead of having to bring it all the way into the front court from the back court. So the Monsters will be able to inbound front court left after the timeout. 20.3 seconds to play with a 1-point lead. Coach Jeff Golden in the central huddle. The question is, do they foul right away and send Eastern to the line, or do they guard? It'll be Bolden to inbound, front court left for Eastern, leading by 1. In on top to Payway. Payway against Rabowen, and a foul going to be committed right away. The foul will be on Rabowen, her third, and that'll put Payway at the line to shoot 2. 17.4 seconds to play. Monsters by 1. Payway tonight, 3 points for her. First free throw, in and out, no good. She'll get one more. Second one up. That one bounces out, no good. Rebound is loose. Chased down by Rabowen in the backcourt. For Central, 12 seconds. Pushes it up against Dixon. Goes left, still working against Dixon, and a foul. How is that a foul on Dixon? She cut her off on the baseline with a great defensive slide. That'll be the 4th on Dixon, and that'll put Rabowen at the line to shoot 2 for Central. That was great defensive position by Cassidy Dixon. Rabowen to the line to shoot 2 for Central. Her first one is up and good. That ties the game at 80. Timeout called by... Nope, they're going to say no timeout. Now the official's going to talk it over. It'll be Rabowen at the line for her second. 6.9 to play. Free throw up, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Bolden, and a timeout called by Eastern. 4.9 seconds. The Monsters are going to get the final shot, tied at 80. We'll be back after this timeout.
I'm DeRay Teamster.
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
And we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the Team Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Good Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo roda girar. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro, às 7h30, no ginásio Butchers. Go Monsters!
.9 seconds to play. Eastern will inbound front court left with Sky Miller. They'll get the final shot, tied at 80 with Central Arizona. Miller. An illegal screen called on Alana Payway with an illegal screen. That'll give the ball back to Central Arizona, but no shots. It'll be length of the floor to go for Central. Sabline Skyte to inbound, gets it into Rabowen. She pushes it up against Dixon into the front court. At the buzzer, it's blocked by Dixon, and we're headed to overtime here at Eastern Arizona College. 80-80, we'll head to overtime after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Angelica DePaulo. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
We're ready for overtime here at Eastern Arizona College. Gracie Sorensen will jump center against Kaimani Bledsoe to get things going. 5-minute overtime period. The toss and the tap, one into the hands of Alana Payway. On top to Dixon. Dixon, left side to Miller, into the corner to Payway. Down low to Sorensen. Goes to work, backs down to the fender. Lefty off the glass and good for Gracie Sorensen. 82-80 Monsters with 4:40 to play in overtime. Walker into the front court, drives through the lane, kicks it right side to Swinson. Swinson left side to Rabowen for three. What a night for Rabowen. That gives her 41 points, and Central leads at 83-82. Payway into the front court, on top to Sorensen, now to Dixon between the circles. Down low, catches Sky Miller in the lane, puts it up and in for Sky Miller. 84-83 Monsters with 4 minutes to play in overtime. Walker into the front court. She'll fire a three. Back iron, no. Rebounded by Cassidy Dixon, and then she's fouled by Walker. And Dixon will go to the other end to shoot free throws.
Fouls on number 1, Walker. That'll be her fourth. Over the limit to the line to shoot 2, Dixon.
Cassidy Dixon will walk the length of the floor to shoot 2 free throws for the Monsters. 18 points for her tonight, 15 of them in the fourth quarter. Her first free throw is around and off, no good. 4 minutes to play in overtime. 84-83, Eastern on top. In and out, no good on the second by Dixon. Rebounded by Bledsoe for Central. Off to Rabowen. Into the front court, step back from the left elbow, in and out, no good. Cassidy Dixon with the rebound for the Monsters. Into the hands of Payway, 1 point lead for Eastern, 3:40 to play. Left side, Sorensen, on top to Dixon. Dixon looking down low for Miller, now gets it to her. Miller spins, left-handed, and up and in for Sky Miller. 26 points tonight for Miller. 86-83 Monsters. Rabowen into the front court, left side. Gets a screen from Bledsoe. Doesn't use it, now comes back through it. Out on top to Walker, fakes the three, now steps into a three. Front iron, no good. Rebounded by Sorensen for the Monsters. Into the hands of Payway, 3 minutes left in overtime. Monsters by 3. Dixon into the front court, off to Miller. Miller around a Sorensen screen, cross court to Payway. Payway lobs it down low, stolen away by Bledsoe. Here she comes on the run against Miller, loses the handle, hands it off to Walker. Walker steps through to Rabowen, reverse layup is good. 86-85 Eastern, 2:42 to play. Into the front court, Payway with the basketball. Gets a screen from Sorensen, goes right with it. On top now to Miller. Miller goes right around a screen, drives off the glass, and good! Count the basket and one for Sky Miller. The foul will go on 22, Kaimani Bledsoe. That'll be her second. Into the Eastern lineup will be number 10, Victoria Santana, replacing Payway. Payway with good extended minutes here tonight. She is gassed, though, at the end of the bench. Miller's free throw is up and in. Make it a three-point play for her. And a 5-point lead, a 4-point lead for the Monsters, 89-85 with 2:23 to play in overtime. Walker brings it into the front court, left side for Central against Bolden. Goes left to the basket, running floater too hard. Rebounded by Dixon on the weak side for Eastern. Into the hands of Santana. Into the front court, near side to Dixon. Dixon gets past the defender, steps through, off the glass, no good. Sorensen with the rebound, throws it out on top. Sky Miller chases it down just before the time stripe. 12 to shoot. Minute 55 to play. Miller, step back three on the way is short. Rebounded by Walker for Central. She'll sprint it into the front court, left side, into the front court. Left baseline to Sabling Skyte, and she puts it up and in. And a timeout called by Central. 1:40 to play in overtime. 89-87, Eastern on top. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I just think about it is you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
1 minute, 40 seconds left. In this one, Eastern leads at 89-87 over Central Arizona. Eastern basketball, length of the floor. Cassidy Dixon will inbound. Victoria Santana at the point. 97 seconds to play. Monsters by 2 to Dixon. Left side to Miller. Miller on top to Santana. Step back three. On the way and one! Count it! And Santana has a chance for a 4-point play. Big shot by Santana. The foul will go on Rabowen. That'll be her fourth. And Santana to the line to try to make it a 4-point play for the Monsters. That's one of those, if you're Coach DePaulo, no, yes. Santana's free throw won't go. Pulled down by Sabling Skyte. Into the hands of Rabowen, left side. She'll sprint it into the front court against Bolden. Comes right around a screen, crossover into the lane, and a foul on Bolden on the way up. The foul on Bolden will be her fourth, and Rabowen to go to the line to shoot 2. Rabowen with 43 points tonight for Central. Her first free throw is up and good. 92-88. She'll get one more. That one is up and good as well. 92-89, Monsters lead with 1:17 to play in overtime. Santana into the front court, right side. On top to Miller. Miller goes left into the lane, double teamed out on top to Dixon. She'll fire a three of her own, no good. Rebounded out of bounds off of Santana. It'll be Central basketball. 63 seconds to play. Monsters lead 92-89. Rabowen into the front court, though. Works against Santana, left side. Gets a screen, comes right with it. On top to Walker. Walker back on top to Rabowen. against Santana. Out on top, crossover dribble, drives left side, running floater off the glass, won't go. Dixon with the rebound for Eastern. 43 seconds to play. Dixon sprints it into the front court for Eastern to Miller. Behind her back, trying to find Tiara Bolden, and it goes out of bounds and into the lobby. Be a turnover back to Central with 36.6 seconds to play, 30 on the shot clock. Patience Walker with it left side. Into the front court. Gets a screen, goes right with it. Bolden stays with her, out to Rabowen. Rabowen back to Walker. Goes right, now step back for a three, good. And a timeout called by Central. Nope, no timeout. They're going to put time back on the clock. 21.3 on the clock. Tie game at 92. It'll be Eastern basketball. Santana with it. 20 seconds to play. Into the front court. On top to Sorensen. Sorensen with 12 seconds gets it to Dixon. Left side to Santana. Santana with 8 seconds. Now goes left. Leaves it to Sorensen. Sorensen to Dixon. Dixon drives with 3. Pulls up from 15 for the win. No good. And we're headed to double overtime here at Eastern Arizona College. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back for double overtime right after this.
Central Arizona.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's.
My name is Angelica DePaula. I'm the head coach for women's basketball. This is my third year here. I was 2 years assistant coach, and now this is going to be my first year as the head coach. You guys can expect to see a hard work group that will battle together for 40 minutes. If I were to describe my team in one word, that would be tough. I think we're tough. We've been working so hard every single day, 6 a.m., conditioning, weights, and we are tough together. I always tell my players to be grateful to be here, giving back, and never take anything for granted because tomorrow is not promised. I hope to see you all at the game. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. We head to double overtime here at Eastern Arizona College, tied at 92, Eastern and Central Arizona. Gracie Sorensen will jump for the Monsters. Kaimani Bledsoe for the Vaqueras.
Let's go! Gila Monsters!
Sorensen to jump. In the toss and the tap, one into the hands of Sky Miller. On the run, left-handed to the glass, and good. Miller gives the Monsters a 94-92 lead with 4:50 to play in double overtime. Walker back the other way, over Bolden, won't go. Rebounded by Swinson. Swinson back to Cyblin Skyte for 3, won't go. And Cassidy Dixon pulls down the rebound for the Monsters. Into the hands of Santana, into the front court, tries to find Sky Miller, and knocked out of bounds by Sabling Skyte. It'll stay with Eastern in the front court left. Miller to inbound, and on top to Santana. Right side to Bolden. Bolden hands it off to Dixon. Dixon near side to Santana. She'll drive left, leaves it off to Miller, on top to Dixon. Dixon drives, now kicks it to Miller, down low to Sorensen. Lefty off the glass, too hard. Rebounded by Cyblin Skyte, and a foul called on Santana on the rebound. That'll be her 5th. She's fouled out. Abby Malone will come back into the game for the Monsters. Santana will be on the bench for the rest of this one. And now to the line to shoot 2 will be Milena Sabling Skyte. 5'9" freshman from Lithuania for Central. Eastern leads 94-92. Her first one is up and good. Central Arizona did not miss a free throw in the fourth quarter and has not missed one in overtime. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. I lied, they missed one. That's 16 of 17 in the fourth quarter and both overtimes now for Central. 94-94. Malone into the front court, top of the key, leaves it on top for Dixon. Dixon to Sorensen. Sorensen Down low to Bolden, catches on the block, steps through, goes to the glass and good for Tiara Bolden. 96-94 Monsters, 3:50 to play in double overtime. Robowen into the front court, goes around a screen, lefty. Picked up by Miller, out on top to Walker for a three, back iron no. Sorensen pulls down the rebound. Off to Malone. Malone into the front court, slows it down. Now on top between the circles, goes right around to Dixon's screen. On top to Dixon now, left side to Sorensen. Sorensen back to Dixon. Dixon on top to Malone. Malone down low to Sorensen, catches in the paint, goes left-handed off the glass, too hard. Rebounded by Sky Miller for the Monsters. Off to Malone, right side, and she'll back it up with 15 to shoot. 3:11 to play, Monsters by 2 in double overtime. Malone gonna fire a long-range three, back iron no. Pulled down by Bledsoe for Central, and then she throws it away. Eastern gets it back. Back into the Central lineup, 23, Jayla Scott replacing Swinson. It'll be Eastern basketball at midcourt. Dixon will inbound. Gets it into Malone, top of the key. Leaves it for Dixon, way outside. Right side to Bolden. Bolden comes left on the dribble, leaves it for Malone. Malone on top to Dixon. Dixon crossover dribble, kicks it in the left corner to Miller. Miller drives, gets into the lane. Floater is good for Sky Miller. 33 points for Sky tonight. 98-94, Monsters lead with 2.5 to play in double overtime. Rabolin for three, can't hit. In and out, no good. That would have been, wouldn't be surprised if that went in. She's made almost everything else tonight. She's got 45 for Central. Cassidy Dixon back the other way. Jump stop, off the glass, won't go. Bledsoe with the rebound. Off to Rabowen, into the front court to Walker. Walker between the circles. Works against Miller, goes right, gets around her. Scoop shot is up and in. 98-96. Eastern on top with 2 minutes to play in double overtime. Into the front court, Addie Malone with the basketball between the circles. Right side to Sorensen, now to Dixon between the circles. Left side to Bolden. Bolden, lefty off the glass and good for Tiara Bolden. Monsters hit 100, 100-96, 1:40 to play. Rabowen into the front court, drives against Bolden, flips it off the glass, won't go. Sorensen with the rebound, into the hands of Addie Malone. She'll bring it into the front court, works against Rabowen. And now the officials are going to stop the play because of an injury to Central Arizona. Eastern, when they had an injury, got a technical out of it. And now the officials are going to let Rabowen stay into the game. Into Addie Malone for Eastern, 1:22 to play. Goes left on the dribble, backdoor to Sky Miller. Can't hit the layup. She hits the deck, the ball in the hands of Walker. Sprints it into the front court for Central. Steps through over Bolden and good. Timeout, Central. 100-98. Eastern Arizona College on top. 1:09 to play in double overtime. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Cameron Turner. This is my first season as the men's head basketball coach, but previously I've been coaching the women's program for the last 5 years. Describe my team in one word, it's tenacity. My team is hungry, it's humble, and it's thankful for the opportunity to be here at EAC. They have great energy every day, they're positive, and they're willing to fight for EAC. A small expression I have, my team is to give anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That's a famous quote from a famous American distance runner, Steve Prefontaine. I can say goodbye to you got to do your best day in and day out. I want to see all of you there. Come out and see us play. Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside KATO Gymnasium. 1:09 to play in double overtime. Eastern leads Central 100-98. It's been a night here at KATO Gymnasium. It'll be Eastern basketball, length of the floor, right to left. Leading by 2, 100-98. Into Addie Malone. Malone will walk it into the front court against Rabowen. Left side to Sorensen. On top to Dixon. Dixon looks down low, finds Miller in the lane, steps through, off the glass, can't hit, but a foul will be called against Central. Sinya Rabowen will pick up the foul, and that will put Miller at the line to shoot two. That's the 5th on Rabowen, so she'll foul out of this one. She had 45 points tonight, big showing, and even Coach DePaulo shakes her hand as she goes to the bench. The crowd here at Eastern Arizona appreciating the 45-point night for Rabowen. And now a bench warning called on Eastern Arizona College. And now Sky Miller will go to the line to shoot two for the Monsters, leading 100-98. 53.1 seconds to play, and Miller hits the first. Miller goes back to the line for her second. That one is up and good as well. 2 for 2 for Miller. Monsters lead 102-98, 53 seconds to play. Walker into the front court left side, works against Bolden, comes right into the lane, scoop shot over Sorensen, won't go. Malone with the rebound, she hits the deck, blocked out of bounds by Sorensen, and it stays with Central. And Addie Malone gets up a little bit sore on that one. Looking at her left elbow. It'll be Central basketball baseline right. There's a Hannes to inbound. Gets it in the right corner to Walker. Walker drives the baseline, blocked by Bolden, but a foul going to be called. That's going to be the 5th on Bolden. That's the 3rd player to foul out of this one.
That'll be her 5th.
Bolden to the bench. Payway will come back in for Eastern. There's been a ton of fouls called tonight. At the line for Central, Patience Walker to shoot two. The first one is up and good. Remember about 35 minutes ago when I said it's going to turn into a free throw shooting contest? I still stand by my words. Second one by Walker is short. Sorensen grabs a big rebound off to Dixon. 102-99 Monsters. Into the front court, Dixon with it, finds Miller. Miller in the right corner, drives the baseline to Payway, out to Malone. She'll back it back out, left side to Miller. Miller down to Sorensen. Sorensen is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. I think if you're Eastern, I'm all right with Sorensen going to the line. She shoots it well from there. That'll be the 3rd on Bledsoe. 19.3 seconds to play in double overtime. 102-99. Eastern on top. Sorensen at the line for 2. The first one is good. And now back to the line for a second, Gracie Sorensen. Fires, good, 2 for 2 for Gracie Sorensen. 104-99, Monsters lead, 16 seconds to play. Walker loses the handle, picked up down low by Bledsoe. Back on top to Scott. Scott drives, floater on the way, no good. Rebounded by Eastern, and that's gonna do it. Eastern Arizona College wins it in double overtime. 104-99 over Central Arizona College. What a game here tonight at KATO Gymnasium. We'll be back to recap it right after this.
I'm DeRay Teamster,
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
and we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the King Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Gilchurn Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Welcome back inside to KATO Gymnasium for the final time tonight. What a women's basketball game. 104-99 in double overtime. Eastern Arizona College wins it. They move to 26-1 on the season, 19-1 in the league. Central Arizona falls to 15-14 and 10-10 in the league. Let's take a look at the numbers. Patience Walker, 23 points and 6 rebounds for Central. Sinya Roboin, though, 45 points for Central tonight. Huge night for her, career high. Mia Ross had 10 points and 7 rebounds. Maya Sabling-Skyte had 11 points and 6 rebounds. Ashlyn Swinson with 4 points, 6 points and 11 rebounds for Kaimani Bledsoe, and 2 rebounds for Jayla Scott. For Eastern Arizona, Tiara Bolden, 8 points and 8 rebounds. 3 points and 3 rebounds for Addison Malone. 3 points for Alana Payway. 34 points and 10 rebounds tonight for Sky Miller, a double-double for her. 8 points and 5 rebounds for Victoria Santana. 4 points for Elva Chavez. 18 points and 9 rebounds for Cassidy Dixon. 10 points and 4 rebounds for Shalance Montoya. And 16 points and 13 rebounds for Gracie Sorensen tonight. A double overtime win, 104-99 for Eastern Arizona College. They'll be back at home Saturday night against Chandler Gilbert Community College at 7:30. You can watch it here on the Eastern Arizona College Athletics YouTube page. For Chip Griffin, Bruce Warner, Amanda Patterson, I'm Lee Patterson saying thanks for watching. Big win for the Monsters. We'll see you Saturday. Good night.
I'm DeRay Teamster,
And I'm Ray Chauncey.
and we're from Portland, Oregon, studying business.
Come see us in the King Tech on Chandler Gilbert at 5 p.m. on February 25th at Gilchurn Gym. Go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Oi, meu nome é Vitória, sou do Brasil, estou fazendo Minas Gerais. Quero convidar vocês para o nosso jogo no dia 25 de fevereiro às 7h30 no ginásio Butcher. Go Monsters!